I'm Amy, sex educator, sex and relationship coach, and co-owner of PurePleasureShop.com.
And I'm April, sex toy maven, VP of Hot Octopus, and I've dedicated my life to the business of sex. We're two people with a passion for educating and inspiring shame-free conversations about sex and relationships. Welcome to the Shameless Sex Revolution.
Want to learn more? Go to shamelesssex.com, and for 15% off of some of our favorite sex toys, use coupon code shamelesssex at purepleasureshop.com.
You were listening to a pleasure podcast. For more from our sex podcast collective, visit pleasurepodcasts.com.
Well, hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to your bonus episode.
This
Bonuses.
is ad-free.
Bonuses.
And it's so exciting. It's almost like I was putting a magic wand on my vulva right now. That's how exciting this episode is.
It's almost like the magic wand knew that it's your favorite sex toy in the entire world, and they just said, hey, do you want to listen to our podcast, our miniseries? And we're like, fuck yeah. And so we want to tell you all about how much we love their miniseries because it's amazing. And it's not just about the magic wand, the product.
No.
It's educational.
So what we're talking about, and we're going to give people a little taste of, or a little hearing taste of, is this limited series that's called Making Magic. And it's a podcast. I love the narrator, Kate Sloan.
Yeah,
she's incredible. And she interviews and talks about the magic wand because it's been around for 56 years as of 2024. And she's talking to 30 different sex experts, a lot of which have been on our show before that we respect and admire and adore.
Queen,
oh my God. Tristan Taramino.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Danarama. There's like so many.
Yeah.
I don't think that I have seen anyone on their show that hasn't been incredible.
Yeah. And
I haven't seen them. I just listened.
Well, and it's also done in the storytelling way of doing podcasts, right? Ours is like interview style, and it's like, talk about a thing, and then the narrator, which is Kate Sloan.
Do you ever listen to This American Life from NPR Chicago? So it reminds me of that. It's got like great music. The production is beautiful, and it's only 10 episodes though, which I mean, I'm gonna need more because only when this comes out,
make a comeback.
This is the 5th episode that we're going to give you a little snippet of.
Yeah,
and there'll only be 10. So,
and this specific episode explores how magic wand's influence on porn has been so pivotal, and why so many performers and filmmakers in the porn industry turn to magic wand to shoot authentic orgasmic scenes. And I already know why because I've used the magic wand, so it makes perfect sense. But and I know you know why.
How many
favorite
episodes?
Toy ever.
If you were to guess how many episodes we've talked about the magic wand over the 7 years that we've now had a podcast, how many episodes?
400 episodes?
Yes.
At least 300.
I bet you. I know. And sometimes multiple times because we love it so much. And they're sponsoring what is now our Shameless Sex Unleashed tour. And this episode, will be out in the middle of our tour, but we're so grateful for them. Yeah. They're so awesome. And this episode wasn't brought to you by their sponsorship. We did this because we believe
love it
and how much they're making magic for everyone.
So we're going to give you all a little 10-minute teaser about the porn side of how magic wand's influence on porn, blah, blah, blah. I already said that. But they have all kinds of topics, and you can find everything at makingmagicseries.com. We'll have the link in the show notes and probably on all of your favorite podcast apps. But are you ready to hear about squirting and all the fun things that happen on porn sets with magic wands?
Brrr, that's my yes. That's my drum roll. Yes, like pretending to be a magic wand.
That sounds like an active consent. Here we go.
Yes.
Yes, of course I remember the first time I saw the magic wand. It was actually in a porn movie.
This is Tristan Taramino, author, sex educator, and former pornographer.
I'm pretty sure it was How to Female Ejaculate with Debbie Sundow. There were a group of women sort of sitting in a circle, and they were demonstrating, masturbating, and ejaculating. And I thought, what is that?
I've also watched the scene Tristan's talking about here, which is from 1992, incidentally, the year I was born. And it's great. Most of the focus is on penetration with dildos and fingers because it's a movie about squirting. But at one point, after what seems to be a few orgasms, Carol Queen pulls out a magic wand to up the ante. Like me, Tristan distinctly remembers how it felt to see this scene for the first time.
I'm like 20 years old, right? So if you asked me like, what does a vibrator look like? I would come up with this image of it would be like hot pink and garish, and it would look like a penis, and it would be made of like jelly rubber, right? That's probably what I thought a vibrator looked like. So when I saw these, I was like, wait, what's going on? Like, why does it look that way? Why is it not like phallic, like, you know, the rest of the sort of sex toys that I'd been exposed to? And also it just seemed to be getting everyone off.
So when you saw the magic wand in that porn film, did it make you want to get one?
Well, of course it made me want to get one because it seemed like the secret to unlocking pleasure, quite frankly, right? It seemed like, okay, what's the common denominator here? Yes, there are women, they are empowered in their sexuality, they know their bodies, they're shameless, right? So, okay, but what's the other common denominator, which brings about these orgasms that I'm seeing? It looks like the magic wand.
When I ask people what they enjoy about watching someone use a magic wand in porn, they usually talk about orgasms. They talk about moans and groans, writhing around, and contorted facial expressions that seem to convey transcendent pleasure. It's important to note here, though, that being able to reach orgasm with the wand is common but not universal. I've heard many people make the claim that if nothing else can get you off, the magic wand will be able to. Many experts I spoke to for this series, though, were adamant that no sex toy can guarantee it'll make you come, and that depicting any sex toy as the infallible bringer of orgasms ultimately just makes people feel more broken if it doesn't work for them. The magic wand is great, but it's not miraculous. That being said, though, if you want to see big, theatrical, shaking, screaming, life-affirming, oh my god, what the fuck was that type orgasms, you probably want to watch porn scenes that feature the magic wand.
It's very important in porn for people to see some sort of a completion, whether it's orgasms, squirting, cum shots. That sort of visible climax or that sort of clear climax is really important.
This is Danarama, a kink educator, fetish photographer, and the mind behind the Kink University series on kink.com.
There were probably 100 wands at the Armory when we were shooting at kink.com. I mean, 100 is a bit hyperbolic, but I can guarantee I've seen 30 in the same room. The reason that you do that is that at Kink we were shooting 26 shoots a week. And some of these shoots required multiple Hitachis, where we would have like a Hitachi under every chair and a Hitachi in every corner. Basically, anywhere there was an outlet, there was a good chance there was a magic wand plugged in. And you would actually arrange the furniture in a way so that it would be within easy reach of a wand's cord. So you look at the upper floor, and that layout was to some degree dependent on the location of available electricity so that we couldn't have cords running everywhere.
There are some technical challenges that the magic wand poses for pornographers who feature it in their scenes, like its noise level, for one thing.
The magic wand is such a ubiquitous sound now, people know what it is.
It was like a lawnmower sound, right? And you can't cut that sound out in post-production because then you also cut out moans and oohs and ahs and a little dirty talk here and there, right? You cut out all the sound, and the sound for me is hot, and I think for a lot of people. So it's either everything or nothing. And then you just have to deal with this like very, very loud buzzing.
It's kind of gotten a Pavlovian experience over the years, I think, where people are not as curious or annoyed by the sound as they are knowing that something good is about to happen with this. The advantage in porn is that people know that the person it's touching is experiencing something. We know that they're feeling because we can hear it. It's on. If you had just had something silent, then you don't know, oh, why are they suddenly moaning? The other advantage is that when you switch it to the higher setting and you can hear that, then that kind of like is a crescendo and people can hear that too.
Now, the other thing is, because this isn't like a sort of slim, quote unquote, feminine vibrator, you know, it isn't a little lipstick that you just touch against your vulva. This is a machine and it's serious. And so the head is so big that, in fact, it can obscure the vulva or part of the vulva from the camera, right? So I think a lot of people in mainstream porn weren't using it because they were like, you're covering up the vulva. Like, we want to see pussy, essentially. And now we can't see pussy because this giant thing is blocking it. But that giant thing was also making them come.
This tension between using a vibrator that feels great and getting a shot that looks great for the viewer also came up in my interview with Zoe Ligon, who founded the sex shop Spectrum Boutique, wrote the book Carnal Knowledge, and makes porn on OnlyFans.
I think it's such a common thing where people are like, I hate vibrators. And it's like, no, you just haven't found the right vibrator yet. That definitely happened to me. And the magic wand is the one that changed my opinion. And I was just like, oh, yeah, this is what I've been looking for my entire life. I thought I was just like not capable of having an orgasm. You know, I'm a person who's been on medication for over a decade, and I'm a survivor of sexual trauma. There's a lot of things that are barriers between orgasm for me. Fingers are just not something that feel great externally for me. And if fingers aren't a part of the equation for you, vibrators are really great for getting there. On OnlyFans, people would be like, don't you have any videos with just fingers? And I'm like, no, because I don't want to fucking do that. Like, if you want to pay me for a custom video, great, I'll do that. But that is not how I masturbate. Why are you telling me that there's like a more normal or more correct way to masturbate when it's just like not what reality is, for me at least?
The line between authenticity and performativity has been a subject of debate in the porn world for a long time, especially within the niche of feminist porn, which tends to center its performers' comfort, consent, preferences, and fantasies. It's a thorny subject, but in planning out this podcast series, I knew exactly who I wanted to speak to about authenticity in porn. And luckily for me, when I reached out, she said yes.
Hi, I'm Stoya. I was a career pornographer for about a decade and a half, and mostly now I write about pornography, sexuality, and kind of how the rest of life intersects with those things. I almost certainly learned about the magic wand from second wave, sex positive, feminist literature. It's all kind of a sea of different, women kind of searching in the same direction of how can sex be enjoyable for women? What does sexuality for women mean politically? How do we become comfortable with our sexualities? What kind of sexuality should we have? Is porn bad? Is porn good and part of our quest? Like all that kind of stuff. I feel like often when we're having the discussion of authenticity versus performativity with regards to porn, we're acting as though there's sex that takes place on porn sets, and then there's monogamous sex that takes place at home with the lights off between two people. That's not actually the case.
Porn can be a reflection of our realities, our fantasies, and sometimes both. It can help maintain the status quo, or it can push back against it. It can get us off, but it can do a lot more than that, continually prompting new discourse on pleasure, labor, power, and art. Many people first saw the magic wand in porn, where it's known for the intense on-screen orgasms it creates. Of those orgasms, some are real, some are performed, and many are both. When you type magic wand into the search bar on sites like Pornhub and ManyVids, thousands and thousands of results pop up, despite how challenging it can be to shoot with. Evidently, there's something about it that porn stars and porn consumers alike really connect with. And I think that has as much to do with the wand's history and iconic aesthetic as it does with its performance. Tina was right. The magic wand is cinematic. It was born to be a star. Thanks for getting porny with me this episode. Next time, we're gonna get kinky. We'll talk about the many doms, subs, and switches who like using the wand as a prop, as well as why it so often shows up in fetish porn and how pro-doms work it into their sessions. Until then, keep on making magic.
Okay. Hey, everyone. When you heard Tristan Termino talk about her first experiences with the magic wand, did you just like fully resonate with that? Because I did.
Yes. I have also been to a live, it was like Bring Sexy Back at a retailer back in the day when I was with Fun Factory, that April Flores was in the glory hole, and you could peek into the glory hole at this retail shop. It was this massive event, and she was masturbating with the magic wand, the plug-in version.
Your favorite.
And this brought that scenario back to me because it's so right on. It's been such an iconic figure in so many, not only in the porn industries, like
just people's
content
bedrooms?
creation, but people's bedrooms. Exactly. I've
There's
seen
sex
tattoos.
lives.
You've been at shows and we've seen tattoos of people with magic wands on their bodies, and I'm like, I love this so much.
Like Ride or Die.
Yeah.
Yes. And again, this series, makingmagicseries.com, is not just about here's just the toy.
No.
It's highly educational. It's very entertaining, very informative, and like April said, bringing in some of the best sex educators in the world all to create this series.
It's one of those things where you're going to want more than 10. You're going to be like, are you serious? It's done after 10. But
well, then you can email them and be like, bring it back.
Well, this is true. And Kate Sloan, she's very, very talented human. So yes. So I'm so happy they're on her.
So this again was from episode 5 from the Making Magic series. There's so many more episodes. Well, at least only 10. You can cry at the end. You can email us about crying when it's over. But they're releasing them every week, I believe. So if you're listening to this when this is released at the end of June 2024, you still have a couple ahead of you. So hang in there.
I think they said it comes out. The last one's in August.
Oh, nice.
So in 2024.
It's kind of like that your favorite show where they leave you hanging and you wish you had all of them.
Oh, like the crime podcast sometimes I listen to.
Okay, that's yours. That's not mine.
I know. When I'm like, damn it, it's over. I'm like, I'm kind of happy that crime got solved. But there's no crime committed during this magic wand.
It's not a crime series.
Nope. But
there's no crime using magic
I'm going to
wand.
want more.
All right, everyone. So just as a reminder, go check it out. The makingmagicseries.com. If you're not tried a magic wand yet, I'd say you're probably missing out. Everyone's different, so I can't guarantee that. But April's pussy would agree with what I'm saying, and
I'd be
mine too.
sad.
Many
My
times in
pussy
the
would
past.
be sad
I think my
without
mom's
one.
pussy too.
Yeah.
Lots of pussies.
Yours might be sometimes.
Mine is some. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Right now it's sad.
My back too.
Yeah. Oh my shoulders are
Right?
so sad.
Sometimes my temples.
All right, we gotta go.
All right.
We gotta. She's gonna masturbate, and I'm gonna put the magic wand on.
I love it. All right.
shoulders.
We love you all. We'll see you next Tuesday and possibly for another Friday for a bonus episode. Talk to you soon. Ciao for now.
Want to learn more? Go to shamelesssex.com, and for 15% off of some of our favorite sex toys, use coupon code shamelesssex at purepleasureshop.com.